just boiled the kettle to have some rose tea that my mum has packed for me. For breakfast they give you congee or porridge with some bao, and everything was quite bland, but it wasn't bad. And for lunch I get some shrimps, cauliflower, peas and pork belly. For dinner, this was disgusting. I could not have much of. Your code remains red whilst you're in quarantine, and you're required to do a PCR every 3 days. And on the second day for breakfast, some more porridge, eggs and some buns with fried flour, I think this was. My Mandarin teacher from England was saying that some of the water bottles and the eggs are fake, so that's all I'm thinking about as I'm peeling this egg. And using Google Translate at every moment to translate my food or anything that I need. So day 3, I'm feeling adventurous. I decided to wash all my clothes from the airport, and this was a huge mistake. Never again. And for lunch, some vegetables, duck and fish. The only time when you're allowed to take one step out of your hotel room is to take your rubbish out once a day and to take your PCR test. And this is also the only time you get social contact, either with the hotel staff or sometimes the guy quarantining opposite me. I'm so glad I haven't seen any cockroaches yet, but what the hell is this? I would have let it live if I wasn't in quarantine, but I cannot sleep and live with this in my room. Just checking it's dead a few times. I bought some cockroach gel from Amazon before coming here, and it's supposed to attract the cockroaches and essentially poison them. So when you first enter the hotel, you join a group chat with all the other hotel members as you can't leave your room, and I asked about what these insects were, and this is what someone said. Oh, and another thing to make quarantine more difficult than it already is that this hotel doesn't allow for deliveries. My workplace is going to send me some snacks, but that's gone out the window. So you either starve or eat what you get. From the inside, it all looks pretty, but when you check the air quality, this is what it's like. Before arriving here, I also had to download a VPN as censorship is real, like Google, YouTube, Instagram, etc. Even WhatsApp is banned. And without warning, my VPN stopped working for 5 days, which meant I was cut off from the rest of the world. The only access I had was WeChat, that's like a Chinese WhatsApp. And I'm gonna be honest, I almost lost it during this time. This is probably the hardest part of quarantine, being cut off from the world completely without expecting it and only surviving off the food that you get. And this is probably what prison life is like, except they have cellmates and can go out for recreation. I was continuing to work online, but my work email wasn't working properly, so my workplace sent me a Wi-Fi booster, which hopefully would solve the problem. I prayed that this Wi-Fi booster would also allow my VPN to work again, but it didn't. As the first week passes, it's quite hard to keep productive and to keep yourself busy. It's easy to just get lazy and to watch movies all day. So I'm just trying to do different things to keep myself busy. Most importantly, to keep a positive mindset. Day 10 and 18 more to go. Just had my 4th PCR today. It is getting easier day by day. Less tears. China's national holiday, aka Golden Week this week. Not that it makes a difference to me, but yay, free fireworks. And for the first special lunch, we get our usual with a crab. For the next week, I need to stay at another hotel in this province. And to do that, they make you do another PCR and an antibody test. I know you can't really see the form of it, but in my 2nd week, I received sweet and sour pork and I almost cried. And by the time it gets to the 2nd week, you're eating for survival, as long as it's not feet. Another document to sign to say that you abided to the policies, I think. The temperature has been over 30 degrees every day, and it's that one day when you're about to leave the hotel, it starts to drop. And your code magically turns green as you head towards the next hotel in an ambulance van. Disinfecting our luggage every time we move to a new place. Not that we've been anywhere. Is this hotel even operating? It seems so desolate. Can I just go back to my previous one, please? I was also hoping that this hotel will be less strict than the other one, but this seems to be as strict as my first one. No deliveries, no nothing, you just get what you get. And the frustrating thing is that my colleague who quarantined in Shanghai was allowed to go out in her 3rd week. She just had to take her temperature every day because that was their policy, but in Hangzhou you are not allowed to go out. So here is my week 3 of me still in my prison cell, enjoying the views of the motorway. And my daily stretches with some star jumps. I was calling my sister and she was saying whether I was caged into the room because of the window frames here. An exciting addition to my 3rd week of quarantine is that I can start to order deliveries for my apartment that I'll be moving to in my 4th week. So just thinking of things that I need to buy for my new home. I really need to be revising my Mandarin, but I just cannot be bothered. Who will I see for the next 2 weeks? Nobody. And thankfully the food here is so much better than the previous one. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. What is this sachet they're giving me? It actually looks like my rabbit's wet food.
This is so boring!
And whilst at home, Luna has forgotten all about me and has already moved on to my mum, who is now her new favourite. She is officially now the cat lady of the house. It's funny though, because she used to be really scared of my mum before I left, but I guess she just needed a new person to move on to. Some of the other people who were travelling to the second hotel with me, whose final destination is also Beijing, were saying that Hangzhou's food is ranked to be one of the worst 5 in China. Buying some kitchen utensils and some other items from IKEA, and as I don't have a Chinese bank account right now, you can't really buy anything online, so using the housing agent's card temporarily to order anything. After staying at this hotel during my 3rd week, I can finally book my flight for Beijing, which is about 2 hours away via plane, but can't yet relax as there is another journey to get there.